Coming to you live from the One More and I'm Out of Here studios. It is Pappas and Kiefer. We are missing one.
There's a lot more room in here.
Oh, that's loud.
There's a lot more room in here.
That's loud.
What are we doing here?
That's loud.
Why are we so loud here?
Is it your phone?
Is that my phone? No, it's not my phone.
Oh, no, it's the TV. Sorry.
TV.
My bad.
I was wondering.
We were watching something else earlier, or I was. But we are here. We are missing one.
Dirty pictures.
But you've got you got two great fellows
I've got
in the studio.
It's like there's a large presence missing.
There is.
There's a hole in the force.
But we will we'll all three be back together at some point here soon.
Next week.
Next
point.
Next
you gotta
week.
work. Yeah, we'll go over your schedule here when we're done.
Yes.
We'll figure it out. But hey, welcome everybody.
Yeah, I was glad you were able to make it.
Yeah.
Worked out perfect.
You know, got weather outside was great. Hey, everyone, happy spring.
Yeah, we're turning the corner.
Dude, I had my neighbor, and no offense to my neighbor, he was cutting the grass yesterday. I was like, hello. It's like just there's snow on the ground like a day ago, or it was cold, and I'm like, why are you cutting? I was like, I must just really want to get out of the house. I mean, I cannot figure out why you would be cutting the grass.
I thought about it, but our backyard
Not
is like
cutting the
like a
grass.
fucking marshland.
I pride myself on how few times I can cut my grass in a season. I mean, I let it go. I'm waiting for a letter from the township one year, like, hey, you got to cut your grass.
You're that guy now.
I mean, look, hey,
I love it though. I have a tractor, so like
you got a tractor?
Yeah,
for this yard?
Yeah,
You're
a riding.
over,
I mean, a riding mower.
I know you're overkill. I mean,
well, I'm not fucking.
Push that
Our
thing.
backyard's fucking huge.
Okay,
I'm not doing it.
I'm not doing.
So I throw my earbuds in,
drive around,
Miller Lite. I'm listening to.
You got a wife beater on?
Drinking Bros. I mean, maybe sometimes.
Disgusting.
You hillbilly.
How do you keep your neighbors?
But yeah, so yeah, we're turning a corner here in the nasty natty. It was what?
It was
60 degrees yesterday, probably 70
today. It's gonna be 80 on Sunday.
Yeah.
So you get
and then it drops back down to like 50 on
That's
Monday.
fine. You know, I mean, the one thing I don't like is you have your heater on at night and you AC during the day. That's annoying to me. That really bugs me. But anyhow, welcome. Hope everyone's doing well. Everyone's gearing up for the weekend. Hope everyone has a nice weekend.
We got Bosco in the chat.
Bosco,
good to see you, buddy. Yeah, we've had around the I'm going to say the Cincinnati Tri-State, but it's not even a Tri-State because it's a little bit further out. But the Afroman trial,
yeah,
court case, and what even a trial, but just a court case. If you have been living under a rock, because I've seen people that aren't from here that know who he is on TikTok just blasting shit out. But yeah, he won his court case,
which is what our thumbnail was of.
Yes.
And that is really his suit that you will see in some photographs. Probably the man is stylish.
I want one.
You should have one.
I want one.
I wish you'd campaign. I mean, maybe people don't understand. Jason's going to be on the ballot this spring. I'm very excited for him. We need to get that suit and have you walk down your neighborhood.
I'm scared, but yeah, I'll do it.
Why are you scared?
I don't know.
Don't be scared.
Don't be scared.
Don't be scared.
But yeah. So Afroman, Joseph Foreman, his birth name, was sued by the Adams County sheriffs after they had done a raid on his house looking for drugs and kidnapping victims.
Yeah, that's weird. I mean, that's a pretty specific warrant. And you finished the story. What did they find in his house?
They found money in one of his suit jackets that they miscounted as they were cataloging all the evidence. And listening, I watched most of the trial. Unfortunately, I wasted a lot of my life, but
you're not going to get back.
But it was interesting as hell and funny as hell. But when cops catalog money, it'll be so many bills of this denomination. Da 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 da.
Did they say they miscount?
Yes.
So they admitted
they admitted that they fucked up.
Oh, they did. You didn't tell me that.
Yeah, they admitted that they
Jason
fucked up.
has been for the listeners. Jason has been glued to this must-watch TV. I mean, he's been glued to it. And to be fair, it's been on my radar screen. I've got other things to do. But Jason has been watching this ad nauseum.
And my buddy Chris Short, who's been on the podcast once before, him and I have been big fans of Afroman anyway. Like, we like it. We like his music. We listen to it on the boat when we're on the river, doing our thing.
What is your favorite song of Afroman? It's Lemon Pound Cake.
Well, Lemon Pound Cake it's catchy, but I like Colt 45. But
okay, I haven't heard that one. I'll have to listen.
I'll play it for you after the show.
We don't want to get dinged.
But we go to his Christmas party at Riverfront Live every December.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So we've been huge fans. So like when this all like came to fruition and happened, Dan actually had Afroman on his radio show, and we are hoping that we're going to have him as a guest on the podcast.
That would be great.
Dan's already got the text message out.
Now, how far from here are we speaking of? Like
probably hour and a half to maybe between an hour and a half.
That is to our east.
It's like West Union ish.
Okay.
Yeah, to our east.
To our east. So straight out 32 or 50.
And he is probably one of the few black men or ladies that live in that county.
It is not, as you head that way as you head towards Appalachia. Well, I mean, I guess you would call it the foothills of Appalachia. It gets a bit less diverse out there.
Yes.
So he is a large guy with unique clothing style and big hair. So my point is, he sticks out. You're going to notice this guy. And the trial lasted how long, Jason?
Was it 3 days? I think it was 3 days.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. And since he was there with me, he was there at the last Christmas party.
Wow. Shocking.
Let me find the video that I want to play.
So this was... Wait, you got to tell everybody why he was at the court. You got to go through that.
Yeah. So he ended up, they got him on, they were trying to get him on drug trafficking and kidnapping.
That's why they raided his house.
And what I heard was it was an associate of his, a friend or whatever, who's a fucking crackhead, threw an anonymous tip that he was trafficking drugs and had people in his basement. He lives in an old farmhouse.
Was there even a basement?
No, there is not.
It's pretty easy to see.
But the Adams County Sheriff's Department
didn't know that.
Raided. They busted down a cattle gate and then busted in his door. And he's got songs about all of these things.
Now the songs that let's just so people can. We can't show the songs,
right?
Because we'll get dinged.
I want to, but God,
no. But just so you can go see it on your own. Lemon Pound Cake shows video from the raid. And then what's the second song called? Can you fix my door?
Yeah. Will you help me repair my door?
And gate.
So
it's pretty fun. The guy, I mean, from what Jason showed me the songs, the guy had a bunch of cameras up in his place. So he's got a lot of video.
His whole fucking house. Like it's actually kind of creepy to me.
Oh yeah, he's got too many cameras.
I don't want cameras inside my house.
Everywhere. But
outside, yes.
Fine. But anyway, so he has all this, he has all these videos that he incorporated into the song. So they then, after this raid, which found nothing other than 4, but should have been 5, and now is notated as $5,000. They sued him for making this song, which released video, which included references to the sheriff and also the faces of the officers that raided his house. So they sued him as far as violation of whatever. And, to me, not knowing much about the case, and, it's a pretty clear cut of First Amendment, which is supreme in the law of the land. And that is why Jason had as the thumbnail, which was pretty funny, of Afroman, instead of Trump after he was shot with the Secret Service agents, and he's saying fight, fight, fight. So go ahead and share the video.
I was pretty impressed with it.
It was good. Your skills are amazing.
And then sue me because as an American, I use my freedom of speech and I talk about how you wasn't supposed to be in my house in the first place. And I use my talent to pay for the damages you brought. I didn't go down here and sue the police department. I fixed up the damages they made and I sung songs about them to raise money to do it. They were unapologetic, and I did it the most peaceful, positive way I thought I could. and I think I was a sport. You know,
And he actually was like,
I want you to get a look at that suit. I mean, this is what, and I didn't see the coat. Is that fur or fur-ish?
mink, probably mink,
minky,
maybe minky, white mink.
minky,
I don't know.
white mink.
I've got more video behind it, but it was.
I got to get you in one of those outfits walking
Yes.
up and down the street.
I will totally do it. You know, I'll do it.
Sadly I do know.
But no, he
see my mic.
played his cards the right way. The only defense,
This is the golden microphone. I have to
the only defense witness he brought in,
Yeah.
was the ex-wife of one of the cops that he apparently was banging at some point.
Yeah, I heard.
And that was his only defense witness, and he still won. And so, like, the memes are, you bring in a defense witness of the ex-wife of a cop, and you're wearing that suit, and you still win.
Yeah,
Fucking baller.
I heard that. That was another complaint they had out there, is that, or the officers were not real happy because he was having amorous relations with one of the officers' wives. It's a crazy, man. It's. I will say this: no wonder the guy's got cameras all over his house and property, because he doesn't know, who's going to come mess with him.
Well, and now I think it's going to get worse. And they asked, like, the news asked him, like, "Are you going to move?" And he was like, "No, I'm not moving." He goes, "I'll put more cameras up."
He is. Well, why should he? I mean,
he shouldn't have.
He shouldn't have to move. Shouldn't have to move.
But if you feel threatened, and when law enforcement is targeting, which that's exactly, I mean, let's be honest. His biggest hit was "Because I Got High."
I haven't heard that.
That was his big hit way back in the day.
Oh, wait. Is that an old rap song?
Yeah.
Because I got high.
Yeah,
That's him. Because I got high. That was him.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that. I have heard that song.
So like he got his recognition with that, and then obviously made other songs. But he moves out to Adams County. It's no shock that Afroman is smoking weed,
which in Ohio is legal now.
And he drinks a ton. He smokes weed. He does his fucking thing.
Okay.
Right? Pays taxes. He is a citizen. And
just
because you don't like what he's doing
doesn't mean he should be harassed.
Correct.
And I will say this. I do respect the fact of the statement he made. He said, "I did not sue the police department. I just made a song, and the song made enough money for me to pay for the damages that they did to my house." I kind of like that.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, don't get me wrong. I am very pro police, but by no means, am I under the misconception that, they are, nobody's perfect. I'll put it to you that way. Nobody.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I don't know who the sheriff is out there, but the sheriff is obviously an elected official. And I'm sure he wasn't happy, because in that video, especially the lemon pound cake, it's pretty funny the way he spliced that up. The guy's got some skills when it comes to making videos.
So this judge that was overseeing the trial has apparently had some issues in the past anyway, and him and the prosecutor and the sheriff are all, it's good old boys club completely.
It's Adams County.
Yes. This video real quick. This is from Channel 9.
All circumstances, the jury finds in favor of the defendant. No plaintiff verdict prevailed.
So he had multiple cases.
Is that the girlfriend?
I don't know who she is. That's a lot of American flag, though.
America won. America still has freedom of speech. It's still for the people, by the people. America won.
I like that. I like that.
And I do. And that's why I pulled that clip.
I do like that.
Because that's the way it should be.
No, it is. I mean, you might, freedom of speech. I mean, I think a lot of Democrats need to hear that, because it seems like the left, especially today, if you don't like speech, it seems like what's coming from the left is it has to be silenced, and that's not what the Constitution says. You should defend all speech, especially the one that you disagree with, because that is the one that's easier to go down the road of silencing speech, and that's a bad road to go down. So yeah, I'm glad he won. I hope his newfound he's probably just getting lots of requests for interviews, and maybe
he is
music.
he is all over the place now.
Can you show his car video? I want to see the cars again because I mean, did you have that or
No,
can you
that
not
was
show
that was in the music video.
Oh, that was in the music video. The guy's got some. I mean, I'm not a listen, Afroman.
I want to see
the Cadillac was an interesting car. I'm a car guy. I do want to see your car collection one day because I'm a car guy. But the Cadillac is, if that's a Biarritz, my brother used to have one of those, and I do want to see it.
I'm going to email this to myself real quick. This is a longer video, but this
and we can't show the videos because we will get
the music videos.
Music videos because we'll get
I'm sending this
by
to
YouTube.
myself. But this is.
Imagine that. Another famous, well, it wouldn't be really Cincinnati, and we call him Southern Ohioan, I guess. We could call him, Cincinnati-esque-ish.
Yeah, he's close. I mean, he's close enough.
It's an hour and a half.
So I don't watch a Daily Show, and our friend Carrie sent me this. This is a little bit long. I don't know if we'll get dinged for this, but it's worth trying.
Oh my, he references this.
This is amazing. It's a little bit long, but just bear with it. It's funny as fuck though. And if we take it, we'll try it.
Oh man, from his hit song "Because I Got High," or you might not remember it because you got high. But basically, back in 2022, local police in Ohio busted down Afroman's door, rummaged through his clothes, took money from his house, scared his kids, all to look for evidence of crimes that they never ended up charging him with. Now, after a raid like this, a lot of people might try to lay low for a while, not piss off the cops. But Afroman happened to notice this particular moment where one of the deputies was searching his kitchen and looked longingly at a lemon pound cake. And Afroman did what Afroman does.
He released multiple satirical music videos using his own security camera footage of the incident that included images, you're seeing some of that here, of these officers.
Mama's lemon pound cake. It tastes so nice. It made the sheriff wanna put down his gun and cut him a slice.
Oh, man. Oh. I'll tell you, rap songs have really evolved. They used to say, "F the police." Now they body shame them over carbs. And that was just the beginning. Afroman put out a whole series of videos about the cops, addressing specific grievances in songs like, "Will you help me repair my door?" and "Why you disconnecting my video camera?" as well as songs with more general observations.
Randy Walters is the son of a bitch. Yeah, that's why I his life and got too rich.
Whoa. I'll tell you. And that is why AI will never replace real musicians. Now, a lot of people found these Cuck the Police music videos funny, but the police officers who starred in them did not. So, last year, they sued Afroman for defamation. And right away, the officers had a problem, which is that when you sue someone for making fun of you, you have to get up on the witness stand and talk about how badly you suffered from it. Which led to moments like this.
Sean, you were called Officer Pound Cake by Mr. Foreman?
Multiple times. We received hundreds of pound cakes at work from different people.
Whoa. Oh my God. The horror. I can't imagine the pain of being sent free desserts.
I'm going to say something just to talk over just a touch for
banana
a
pudding
second.
from Magnolia Bakery. It would be devastating if my haters sent me hundreds of them with the vanilla wafers specifically. I mean, oh God, I would never recover. Remember, Officer Poundcake wasn't Afroman's only target. Officer Randy Walters sued Afroman for saying, what was it again? Right. Which again meant Randy Walters had to get up on the witness stand and answer the question, are you a son of a bitch?
And when they call you a son of a bitch, that would be an opinion?
I'd say that would be an opinion.
Okay. Because there's no way we can prove whether you're a son of a bitch or not.
Yeah, she's been done for years. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry about your
Whoa. No one mentioned your mom. Your dad could be the bitch, okay? I gotta say, I didn't realize that determining whether or not someone was a bitch was part of the legal profession. It does give me hope for my new pilot, Bitch Court with Judge Jordan. But there were actual free speech issues on trial here, and Afroman was unapologetic about his rights.
After they run around my house with guns and kick down my door, I got the right to kick a can in my backyard, use my freedom of speech, turn my bad times into a good time. Yes, I do. And I think I'm a sport for doing so, because I don't go to their house, kick down their doors, flip them off on their surveillance cameras, then try to play the victim and sue them.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, listen, hey, I
don't know if we'll get dinged for that, but it was worth it. It was funny as fuck.
It's pretty funny. I don't watch The Daily Show, so
neither do I.
But let me say this. That resonates with me from this perspective. When you're in public eye, people say and write a lot of stuff, and proving defamation of character is really, really, really hard to do.
Yeah, it's difficult.
And
you can say it all day long. Well, I'm going to get you for defamation or libel.
You can say it all day long.
You can try.
And then you go try. I mean, well, that's just it. You go try. And it's just really, really hard to do. And the bar is very high, and you have to show damages. And I mean, it's one of those things that it's just not worth doing.
Well, and the damages that these cops were trying to fucking play. And I'm definitely pro law enforcement.
I understand.
But all right, the one guy was offended because he was called Officer Pound Cake.
That's just, but keep it in perspective. None of this would have happened if the police didn't sue him. So somebody thought that it was a good idea to sue him, and they're like, yeah, I don't know what they thought. Would he fold or he'd move? I mean, I don't know what. Oh, it's going to trial? Okay. And then, I have to testify?
Round one.
Okay. I mean, like you said, you watched it. You know, I mean, it makes for funny TV, doesn't it?
Yes.
Makes for really funny TV.
It was entertaining as hell.
And then now The Daily Show, which has a pretty big national following, I would say maybe worldwide. I'm not sure, but you know, I can only imagine.
Willie had him on.
Willie had him on?
Maybe yesterday. I think it was yesterday. But they told him, like, hey, you can't drop the F-bomb. And he was dropping the F-bomb left and right.
Him all over the place.
Left and right.
I mean, yeah, they need the delay. But yeah, I imagine that. Yes, I mean, look, I would love to somehow defend the police in this particular instance, because I'm very pro law enforcement.
You just can't.
But listen, when they mess up, they mess up, and it looks like here they messed up, and we don't like, nothing's worse to me than dirty politicians. And I would throw police in that, whether it's an elected official or whether it is and the sheriff is an elected official, or police in this particular instance. Speaking of elected officials, or speaking of people that want to be elected, we have a governor's race coming up here in Ohio. And I just want to put something that listen, I take full credit for this because I created this today. And I want everybody to remember.
That's a great disclaimer.
I want everyone to remember this November, you will have a choice more than likely. Although there is a primary, I suspect Vivek would win the primary here in Ohio. And yet you'll have a choice between Vivek Ramaswamy or the Republican and one Democrat who is quite literally Dr. Fauci in drag. So if you want to show that photograph. And if it's up on the screen, there we go. So, I mean, this is Dr. Amy Acton, who has no experience in politics.
It's actually not her, but
Well, that is her face, but it's been morphed with Dr. Fauci's nose and eyes and maybe some wrinkles. But this is
You sent me that, and I almost squirted piss in my pants.
well, I mean, that is just, I just don't want anyone to ever forget, Ohio was, especially if you had a business, man, it was tough during COVID. Not that it wasn't tough everywhere, but a lot of states opened up a lot quicker. We had some of the goofiest rules here in Ohio that came down from Amy Acton. And I just want to keep everybody on the side of who she is and what she was and, what she did to this state. I know people that could not see their loved ones in care facilities like old age homes and stuff. They had to stand outside the window. And, people died because of that, as far as, in the facilities, and they couldn't see them. And how many children, how long were schools closed in Ohio? A long time.
Shit. Yeah.
And the documentation of the damage that did to the kids is well documented. And, Dr. Amy Acton was front and center. Yes, Governor DeWine was front and center as well, but she was the gloom and doom. I mean, I used to get so pissed off every day. They had their little horse and pony show on TV, and she'd be sitting there in her medical coat, Dr. Amy Acton, and, we just need 2 weeks to flatten the curve. And 2 weeks became 3, and then 4, and 2 months, and then how long? I mean, and it was just absolutely unbelievable. So just want to keep people on the, it would be a shame if you went to my Facebook page and that picture was shared all over the world. Because I have a feeling she's probably not going to like it, but that's who she is. And then,
what do you think, honestly, like in your heart of hearts, what do you think?
I don't have heart.
Well, I know you don't, but
that's right.
What do you think her chances of winning versus Vivek? I don't think I've never asked you this.
The latest poll here in Ohio shows that it's I think the most latest poll shows it's neck and neck.
Yeah, I heard it was close.
You could put a shoe up there and a shoe will probably get 40% of the vote just because it has an R or D next to the name. So that's 80. So you're battling for the 20. People's memories are short. I'm really concerned that people's memories are very short regarding COVID. We want to forget about it. We want to put it behind us. Vivek has an overwhelming numbers money advantage going into this race, but there'll be a lot of money coming from out of the state to bolster her campaign. Right. So what do I think the chances are? I mean, I don't want to give any false sense of security here, but I think that if I had to put odds on it, I think it's 55-45 to Vivek, which, that's a 10-point race, but you need 50. And I think he is 5% better than that. So I think he wins, but I think it has to be closer than it needs to be. And the reason for that is there's a certain degree of Republicans that if you're not a certain number of Republicans in a branch of the Republican Party. See, the Democrat Party doesn't have this problem. The Democrat is, if you're not a Republican, I'm voting for you.
Right.
Okay. If you're not a Republican, I'm voting for you. If you ever took a picture with Trump,
I'm sure that it's that way amongst many other states other than what we're dealing
this is
with.
world. This is across the United States. This is across the nation. If you're not a Republican, a Democrat will vote for you. So the only way to split the Democrat vote is if you throw like a greenie in there or some sort of not a libertarian, because they don't like libertarians per se. Although some do, but not for different reasons, because usually drugs or whatever, social issues. But if you break up the Democrat coalition is such a weird coalition of just so many different desperate groups. But what I had to say is the Republican Party suffers from this. We have, as of late, and this is growing. Well, maybe not growing, but it's become a little more pronounced and divisive. If you're not Republican enough, I'm not going to vote for you.
Right.
And we have some people that, would rather sit home and stand on what their principles. I'm not saying good principles, but it's their principles.
I call it driveway principles. They stand on driveway principles, but don't go out and actually do the fucking voting.
Well, it's very, very easy to say, well, So like we'll have a primary here, and there's some people that are supporting Vivek's opponent, and I am not in that camp. I think the guy has some good quality. I'm not going to lie. I think he has some good qualities. I just don't think I don't think that he's a viable candidate for governor. Casey Pooch is his name.
Yep.
And I know some good people that, I have some respect for that are supporting him. And I'm not going to badmouth them. You're free to support whoever you want. That's what the primary is about. But what I'm concerned about, you asked a question about the general election. What I'm concerned about is I have the fear that if Mr. Pooch and his supporters don't win, they're just not going to vote in the general election. And that puzzles me, because the system is set up not your way or the highway. The system is set up. Now they will argue, well, the system's corrupt and Republican Party shouldn't endorse in the primary. And to a large degree, I would agree with that. But sometimes there are special circumstances that would dictate that they do. And that's made by the Central Committee, not me, the state Central Committee. And I have taken a position that, not that whatever the party does is right, but, I took an oath to abide by the principles of the Republican Party of the state of Ohio. So if this is what they want to do, I will stand by those principles, because I still am of the opinion any candidate other than a Democrat is a better candidate. I mean, Mike DeWine is not my favorite governor by a long shot.
Right.
But having, survived Democrat governors, I would still rather have him than any Democrat candidate. Would I rather have another more conservative Republican than Mike DeWine? Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
But,
totally.
I think that Vivek says a lot of really good, has some great ideas. I think he thinks outside the box, and I think that he was a breath of fresh air. And you asked about his chances. I think they're about 55 to 45. It's going to require a lot of work though, because Democrats are an angry bunch. They're an angry bunch, and
angry little elves.
They're angry little elves, and they're going to work their asses off, and they're going to march. And I mean, I saw something today. I was like, there's another No Kings march. I'm like, Jesus Christ, we're still doing this.
I thought
that was so 19 whatever.
That was played out. That was already
so
played out.
And then locally, we're talking about politicians, right? I just wanted to point this out. So we're going to swap over to the trustee race. So let me preface this a second. So for example, just for background, I was a trustee here in Anderson for 8 years, and my two good trustees that were just lost their election last.
Put that up first.
Yeah, we can. So there was a trustee race here, and the Democrat, both their candidates won, and the Democrats won on a lot of misinformation. And I'm sorry, but anyway, the Democrats, there's a local thing here. There was Coney Island here, a local area. It was bought by it was a beloved asset, private, that was bought by the Cincinnati Symphony, and they are turning it into a music venue. And nonprofits, unlike private entities, usually don't raise their why don't you ever mention it? Were you ever elected? No, so shut the fuck up. Anyway, the two candidates running for Democrats are spreading a lot of misinformation during the campaign, that somehow Coney Island was the fault of our trustees. We should have had a we should have insisted that Coney Island sign of right of first refusal with us. Well, that's like you going to just to put it in context, you go to your neighbor here and say, Bill, I want you to sign. I'm afraid who's going to move in next door. So I want you to sign this right of first refusal, that you give me the right of first refusal on your house. Do you, or your neighbor asks you to sign that? Would you sign that? No, unless they did what? Probably paid you some money, right, that you made it worth their while. Or you just tell them to go pound sand, right? Which is what everybody would do. Well, for some reason, this Tom Hodges, who made and his minions, Sean Martin, Jennifer Dice Capel, all of the Democrat minions in town here, probably 5132, were spreading this misinformation that this just never would have happened if they were in office. And they were, how terrible it is that Coney Island got sold, broke our community's heart. Now, I flip on the trustee meeting, and I want you to listen to this for a second. I want you to listen to Tom Hodges speaking for you, Anderson Township, and what he wants to do.
Another thing I am going to bring up in trustee comments is a potential letter of support for the Cincinnati Symphony Orchestra's request for state capital funding for the new Farmer Music Center. So I guess I'm kind of presenting this letter as, to the trustees to potentially support this project. One other thing I am going to bring up in trustee comments is
not looped. All right. So the point here is, and my jaw dropped because I'm like, wait a second. You ran. Now they also ran on the fact that they made the claims that the township wasted a lot of money down there doing improvements to the intersection at 275 that we didn't need to do, and blah, 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 blah. And it's a waste of money. And the Democrats were the ones that are truly fiscally conservative. And then this clown, and I will call you a clown, Tom, because I think you, at the very minimum, you're a hypocrite. And you owe the trustees that you besmirched during the election and all the administration and staff that you besmirched as well during the election. I'm sorry, during the administration, during the election, you owe them a public apology because he got inducted in January. It is only March. In 3 short months, he's now a champion for this thing.
Yeah, he has now completely changed,
completely flipped, and he's not only going to champion this thing, he's going to go solicit the state.
He's going to run it. He's running it all the way.
And he's going to solicit the state for more state funds. Now, mind you, this project that is estimated to cost, I think it's 120 or 130, 130, 120 million, a lot of money, right? The farmers got the naming rights. They said, hey, listen, we'll give you 60 million. You got to raise the other half. So they started the project without having funding in place, which nonprofits, from my understanding, do. Private entities don't. If you went to build a house and you didn't have the mortgage lined up to build the house, you wouldn't really start the foundation if you only had half.
Yeah, you wouldn't break ground.
You wouldn't break ground. But at the end of the day, it is what it is right now. And
part of that is in Anderson Township.
A very small portion of it is in Anderson Township.
So there is.
So 513 doesn't know what he's talking about.
There is part of it that is.
Part of it is in Anderson Township. So if you'd like to revise your statement or just become educated on the subject, I think I know just a smidge more about this and everything else than you do. But at the end of the day, what I find offensive to me is, he and Katie Nappy is over there just shaking her head. Yes. And now she's a big fan of this thing as well. Don't get me wrong. I do understand the theory or the statement that, well, it's happening, so they might as well get behind it. I understand that, were it not for that they spread a lot of false information and ran and made videos. And the part that's in the township, pull it up. All right. It's not, I'm not Google.
The eastern part. Let's be,
it's not that hard.
Let's be a little bit smart.
Which part?
That's in the township. And I can tell you because it
was pretty close.
I used to be a fucking paramedic down there.
Correct.
So part of the park would be Cincinnati.
Right.
Part of it was Anderson Township.
And depending on where you were fallen or whatever,
and where you got geofenced, if you called 911, you may get city or you may get Anderson Township.
Now,
stop. And I'm just going to tell you to stop.
Just say, I don't know, which is something you have a hard time doing. But anyway, at the end of the day, here's the problem. The symphony is what? Tax exempt organization.
Yes.
They pay 0 property taxes. Okay. Property taxes are how EMS public services get their funding. And the problem is that the prior trustees through to the state lobbied and finally got to the point where we can put a ticket tax on this ticket sales there and receive a small portion, because as Jason said, where you were geofenced, if you fell, and there's a lot of concerts there. I mean, there's a lot of concerts there.
It's huge.
And the problem is that it's a drain. If I have a heart attack at my house, which could happen, given the fact they sell Bluebell at Kroger now,
I thought you were in Michigan, to be honest with you. When
man,
I saw
that's
that
up at Kroger.
when I saw that
It's a
picture,
Kroger. I mean, it's a problem.
that's why I asked
It's a
if you were going to be
big
here.
Freaking
today.
problem. It's a big problem. But anyway, because I
It's a-
walked by, I
It's
wasn't
a
even,
self-admitted problem.
I
You
wasn't
like
even-
ice cream.
Well, they put it at the end cap. I wasn't even looking for it. I was walking down the road. I was like, wait a second, that looks like, oh my God, it's Bluebell. But anyway,
Who doesn't like ice cream?
nobody, everyone. But anyway, whatever. The problem is that, that if I have a heart attack, that's going to come out of Salem. That run's going to come out of Salem.
Yep.
I don't know what firehouse that is.
The
And
Tens.
yeah, I know, God forbid. Or anyone in my area has a heart attack. But that ambulance, let's say that ambulance is on a run down to Coney because Coney's having a concert and somebody's just blitzed or fallen over dead drunk, which happens a lot.
Mhm.
My run time to my house is going to be a bit longer because it's
probably
coming
double.
Well, I don't
Or
know.
more.
I don't want to badmouth our fire department, but
No,
it's
no,
just going to be physics. It's going to be coming from further away.
It's just the way. Yeah,
It's just the way it works. So, I mean, it puts our residents at risk, yet we get nothing for it. So it stretches our already stretched resources. I mean, Beachmont and 5 miles, and Beachmont's a busy area. There's traffic accidents there all the time. I don't know where the ambulance would come from. So in other words, we're not compensated for the additional work and strain on our resources because they pay no taxes. So anyhow, I've got a whole issue with that, but I am just really offended that our current trustee and Katie Nappy
completely flipped.
completely flipped in 3 short months. And Katie Nappy as well said, yes, now I'm a big fan of this project or something along those lines in trustee comments. Personally, I would have a modicum of respect for these two. I have very little given the way they ran their race and the way the things that were said about the people that I know that were running against them. But at the end of the day, the problem is that I feel they owe not only the candidates that they besmirched and lied about, they also owe the township staff, which they lied about as well and spread rumor and innuendo. They owe us a public apology. And I have a little bit of respect that they said, hey, you know what? We learned a lot of stuff now that we're in office that we didn't know before, and we were wrong. But they're not going to say that.
When
And
you're new,
he's-
when you're new, you don't know what you don't know.
When you're outside of politics, it's very easy to cast stones. And you know what? Then you get in, and 3 short months later, now you're the biggest champion of this thing, and you want to spend more state money. And let me ask you a question, Jason. Does the city of Cincinnati have $8 million to spend frivolously? I mean, I'm pretty sure they're in a budget deficit as well.
Yeah.
Well, they just promised this same music venue $8 million. So $8 million, he wants to lobby the state for another 2. There's 10. I think they got $8 million last fall that probably helped buy the property and knock down Coney Island. It's just one thing after the other. And don't get me started on these music venues because I don't even know. We've got a brand new music venue in Kentucky. We've got another new music venue downtown, and all these people are going to Cincinnati, Ohio is not the Nashville of Ohio that we're going to have all these music venues are going to compete against themselves. So, whatever, maybe Afroman can go do a performance there. I wish he would, but I just really, I'm just get really pissed when we talk about, we started the show with, seems like police that overstep their bounds, politicians that are not necessarily ethical.
Well, and they're and right, wrong, or indifferent. And again, like you said, I'm going to be on the ballot, but like the politicians, you either run justly or you're a fraud.
Well,
this is the way.
Don't change who you are. Look, I am the same. You've known me for a while now.
Mhm.
I'm the exact same as I was then, that
Yep.
I am now, and that I was when I was sitting up there.
Yeah.
I just tell you how it is, how I think it is. Okay. And I'm not going to I would not come out with this little mealy mouth little statement that Tom Hodges came out with and then expect there to be no blowback. Another person who I have respect for, a Democrat, I'll shock you here. Another person, we could be if we only had 10. That's actually kind of funny. Another person I kind of have respect for that calls it like it is and is who he is and hasn't changed since he's been a politician. John Fetterman. John Fetterman is a Democrat that I can respect. I won't agree with him on everything. I swear to God, I won't, but I know where the man stands.
You fucking rolled right into that.
I know. And I am not going to, and I know that he's not going to change his position to be just another mealy mouth, mamby-pamby hypocritical politician. They really piss me off.
Because I was going to ask yours and Dano's opinion on Mark Wade Mullins and whether he should get the spot. And then I saw this clip with Fetterman, and I appreciate this guy. I do, even though he's Pennsylvania, and I hate everything about Pennsylvania.
Just because of Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's
Just because
it's a big state, right?
Just because.
All right.
And I'm going to be doing a podcast later with Candace, who's from Pittsburgh.
Yep,
or
she is.
From not Pittsburgh, but from Pennsylvania.
Well, she's from Pennsylvania. I think she's from a suburb of Pittsburgh.
No, she's further out. But it's Pennsylvania, period. It's gross. I say that in jest because I do like the food in Pittsburgh. There's a lot of good shit.
From Andy Brothers.
Yes, I do love that. But Fetterman, like him flipping his mindset and not turning his back on his party, but he's like, hey, I'm not going to vote with you on this because
he is putting his principle. Wait, he's not going,
it's weird, isn't it?
He's not going along with the party and just saying, he's not saying, how should I vote? I'm a Democrat. You guys tell me how to vote. Guy's got his own principles. And no, he hasn't changed. I don't think he's changed. He's sitting there in a Carhartt. Okay.
On this podcast, I can tell you back when
he was running,
back when Rob was healthy, we would blast him.
Oh,
we called him Quasimodo. We called him all kinds of shit.
Well, it didn't help that his speech was really impaired.
And then he had the stroke or whatever it was. He got sick, which sucks. I mean, we didn't wish that upon him.
We didn't make fun of him, but I mean, I will say.
But we talked all kinds of shit about him. But and I'm gonna sit here on the internet
record.
It's out there. I was wrong. I like this guy.
I like him too.
I don't like everything about him.
I will disagree with him probably more than I would agree. But what I respect,
but he's at least sensible.
Well, he is sensible, and what I respect about him is he has a lot of common sense. I mean, I'm not saying he comes to the same conclusion I would on every issue, but he really does have a lot of common sense. But roll what you want to roll about him.
I came here and I committed to come here with an open mind, and I'm going to continue to do that. And it's not going to be about gotcha moments. For me, it's about just saying my experience with you has been consistent kindness and professionalism. The first time I met, it was you and your wife behind you when I was here at the orientation here in the Senate. And even before you got the call for the big job, we were even discussing about getting together and having dinner as family. So that's an ongoing relationship, because that's also part of the fact here in this town, you got to get along and find a way to work together. And now we have to come at it and just let things go in the past for that. Finding a way forward, that's my responsibility to represent Pennsylvania. And for you, I just want to thank you for showing up. And now I'm going to engage, and I'm going to remain with an open mind throughout all this, as I made to my friend here. And I'm going to do that. So thank you for bringing your family here too. And I look forward to hearing for the rest of my colleagues' views on you.
I mean,
you can't say that any better though. Like, hey, look.
But he could. Like I said, the guy is who he is. He's sitting there wearing a Carhartt, right? He's a senator in a hearing, and he shows up wearing a hoodie Carhartt. I mean, I think it's pretty funny. And he
doesn't care.
He doesn't care.
He straight up said, I don't care.
Now,
I will wear a suit when I need to wear a suit, but if I don't want to wear a suit,
I have seen him in a suit. I have seen. And to be fair, I don't like dressing up. I don't like wearing suits and ties. I never did.
Right.
But I do like the guy. I do like the guy. And I would say, well, Bernie is a bit. 513 says politicians change his stance. It was Bernie. Bernie's a complete hypocrite, because Bernie says tax the rich, but last I checked, how many houses does Bernie have, and what's his net worth?
Well, Bernie was also going to give free college to everybody.
Yeah, and I don't see Bernie giving his own money away. I mean, if Bernie was a true liberal, with or without the tax code, Bernie would be writing a check for everything he made, except for a small stipend that he kept to exist. I mean, I don't even know. I mean, I could Google, but Bernie Sanders' net worth is pretty well up there.
So what are your thoughts on Mark Wade Mullins as DHS? And
I don't have a problem. I mean, I saw the video. Some things that concern me. Not concern me, that's a wrong word, but I saw a video of him during the January 6th riots, not insurrection, at the Capitol.
Make sure you use the term right.
And he looked like he was. I mean, he was kind of hiding behind looks like he was hiding behind some seats or something. I mean, I don't know if you saw that picture.
I'd have to look at it.
I was like, well, for the guy that puts on the air of a tough guy, I mean, I don't have an issue with him. I mean, I think that he'll probably get confirmed. My bigger thing here is
let's open up the fucking funding.
Dude, I had an argument today. I mean, not today, every day. I'm seeing these people. Summer's just around the corner. We just had spring break. Not every airport. Cincinnati, we haven't had any issues, knock on wood. I know some friends traveling tomorrow.
I'm flying next month.
Yeah, I wish everybody, but Atlanta had a 2-hour wait plus wait to get through TSA. Houston Hobby had a 2-hour plus wait to get through TSA. We're at war with a radical Islamic country who has, I would say probably hundreds of thousands of sympathetic, if not millions of sympathetic, perhaps even agents here, sleeper cells.
Yeah.
And I think the biggest department that we need staffed and funded and up and led is Homeland Security right now. Look, I'm not, the Patriot Act has its problems. I'm not a big fan of a lot of parts of it. Homeland Security, I question sometimes when you're at the airport, it seems like they're, they pull the grandmother by, but the guy with the turban walks right through or something like that. And they want the grandmother to no end.
I mean, yeah,
I'm being facetious.
My head's on a swivel though. When I'm in the airport, my head's on a swivel.
Always.
And it has been since 2001. I mean, it's what it is.
I think we're getting a bit complacent. Look, here's the fact. The fact of the matter, and I wish more people understood this or were aware of this. The Democrat Party is holding up DHS funding because they don't like ICE. Okay. And they are holding up funding. The DHS, the blue people, the people at the airport make on average about 40 grand a year. TSA. They make about 40 grand a year. Not a lot of money, right?
Right.
And
they get yelled at.
Well, I mean,
you're getting fucking yelled at all the time.
You are, but I mean, I've had really good experiences with
it's
TSA.
a thankless job.
It's a thankless job though. And when they're now I have 2 fake knees, so I can't go through the metal detector. So a lot of times when I go through the sniffer, they're like, "Oh, you got something in your pocket." I'm like, "No, I don't." And they're like, "Yeah, you do. And do you mind if we feel you?" And I'm like, "I'm going to use the back of my hands."
You're like, "Please do." And use the front of your hands, please.
Can we play some soft music? Cue that sexy sax guy. And,
where's some Lionel Richie up in this bitch?
Yeah, I mean, let's get it on. But it's a thankless job. They're there doing the job. They get paid 40 grand a year, and they've missed now at least 1, perhaps 2 paychecks. Dude, it's probably more than that. And I got to tell you, and the one party that's doing it is the Democrat Party. If you don't understand politics, you don't understand politics. I got into some guy today. He goes, "That's not true. The Republicans have the majority. Democrats have the filibuster in the Senate, and they're not going to let this stuff. You need 60 votes, and we're not going to get 60 votes. There's only 51. And I mean, this country should have DHS as a priority and not be held hostage, but it is. And why? Because everyone hates Trump. You know who doesn't hate Trump, Jason?
the Japanese prime minister.
The Japanese prime minister.
she apparently loves him. I'm gonna go with this one first. Let's see.
No, I don't mess around with TSA. I don't even joke with those guys. When I go through the airport, I am polite.
I'm traveling with a bunch of warthogs, and I'm gonna buy a dildo and get it into one of those guys' fucking bags.
I think that would be hilarious.
And make sure he gets searched.
Oh, he'll get searched. Put a big old.
But I saw this, and
this is hilarious. This is so great.
So Trump, and I'm not going to read the whole. It's a long story.
It's a long story. Just show the picture.
But yeah, so Trump is hosting the Japanese prime minister and walking her through,
and she sees
what do they call it? It's like the Hall of Fame or of presidents or whatever.
The hall. He's created this new area where he has all the pictures of the former presidents. And it's I haven't seen this yet because I haven't been to the White House since he's been in.
Oh, we've shown a picture.
We showed a picture, but it's the auto pen. So he has Joe Biden as the auto pen is Joe Biden, and the Japanese prime minister sees it and she just loses it.
Yeah, she lost her shit, like was hysterically laughing.
Now, if you know, and the funniest thing about that is if you know the Japanese culture, they're not like they keep their emotions really close.
Yeah.
They're all about they're all about tradition. They're all about staying very reserved, and to see especially a Japanese prime minister react like this, I think is hilarious. And she hugged him when she got there, but I think
they normally don't do like
public displays of affection. No, they don't.
Right.
But I think probably now the one that just really cracked me up was the Oval Office, and some Japanese presser asked him a question about Iran, and Trump's funny. I mean, I got to tell you this. I think Trump is just genuinely funny.
Whether you like him or not,
he's funny.
He comes off the cuff. He doesn't, and that's why I like him personally.
He's pretty funny
because he is not a politician that we've known for many of years.
Too many years.
He's a guy, and he's like, hey, we need to get this done. Here's how I'm going to try to do it.
And I think the problem is we've had like you just said, we've had too many politicians. We've just had and professional politicians. How about that? People have been in politics their whole life. And it seems like we have one in the making here in Anderson Township. So I hope his tenure is pretty short. But
we're working on it.
Well, we should hope so. But I mean, at the end of the day, play this clip of the presser, and it's so funny.
Surprise in Japan.
Why didn't you tell U.S. allies in Europe and Asia, like Japan, about the war before attacking Iran?
Well, one thing, you don't want to signal too much. When we go in, we went in very hard, and we didn't tell anybody about it because we wanted surprise. Who knows better about surprise than Japan? Okay, why didn't you tell me about Pearl Harbor? Okay.
Now, is it going to play again? Yeah, don't play it twice.
Do you intend to potentially put U.S. troops or more troops in the region?
No, I'm not putting troops anywhere. If I were, I certainly wouldn't tell you. I hate to make this excursion, but we're going to have to do it. I wanted to put out that fire. And I said, if I do that, oil prices will go up, the economy will go down a little bit. I thought it would be worse, much worse, actually. I thought there was a chance it could be much worse. It's not bad, and it's going to be over with pretty soon.
So, for the audio, Trump has insisted that the conflict in Iran would end soon, but he also confirmed that the Pentagon was seeking $200 billion.
Why is the Pentagon
for the war effort?
In the war effort.
Well, here's the deal.
Well, we're asking for a lot of reasons beyond even what we're talking about in Iran. This is a very volatile world. So we're in very good shape, but we want to be in the best shape we've ever been in. We want to be sure, and it's a small price to pay to make sure that we stay tippy top.
I love it.
I just think
I love every bit of that.
The comment about Pearl Harbor, and if they didn't show it in that clip, but the funniest part was they really laughed. I mean, they really, really laughed.
She looked a little bit taken aback at first, but then all of a sudden you could see like she was like, all right, this is all in jest and we're joking, and she kind of giggled and whatever. But yeah, the way the rest of the room was, they all got it. I mean, it's
funny.
Yeah.
I mean, look, it's actually pretty funny.
Why are we going to tell anybody what we're doing beforehand?
Right.
Yes, we're going to ask for your help as we do this. And is he going to call the prime minister of Japan and say, "Hey, I'm getting ready to fucking I'm getting ready to unload
too many leaks." And it gets back to the the guy that is now the darling of the talk radio circuit.
Tucker?
No,
Oh.
the former congressional candidate that was on that we did the show on last time, Joe. I forget his last name. But anyway, Kent.
Joe Kent. Yeah.
And I was thinking of somebody else. Anyhow, breaking news is that apparently it's been known for a while that the guy was leaking a lot of information, and now he's under investigation. Now, I would not want him to be under investigation just because he took this position, but this apparently predates him saying what he's stepping down from the Security Council. And anyway, that's getting a little more complicated. Look, it's now, what day are we on? I don't even know. What day are we on of the Iran war? It's got to be 3 weeks.
Yeah, probably 3. I would
close
guess
to 3 because it started on a Saturday. So I think we're coming into Saturday, Sunday.
Coming into the third week.
So I think this is the middle, or no, this is now so tomorrow would be about 21 days.
Yeah,
somewhere in there. It's going pretty well. Just using air power and different assets over there. I don't want to. I mean, let's just see how this ends. And Trump wants it to end quickly. I saw gas prices. It's funny to me. It's funny a little bit to me, seeing the people complaining about gas now are the same people that when it was $5 under Biden were like, didn't really say a whole lot.
No, you didn't hear shit.
Now they'll counter with that and they'll say, well, you guys always complain when it went up under Biden, and now that it's going up under Trump, you're not saying anything. And I would say that's true, but we weren't at war at that time. We were not in an actual battle at that time.
We can also understand why they're going up.
Yeah. I mean,
there's an insurgence happening over there. We get it.
Get it. Even though we don't get our oil from there, it does affect the market.
We don't like it, but we'll deal with it.
Deal with it.
But when you have a former president that leaves $5 billion worth of equipment,
in Afghanistan,
and fucking troops and fucking people, you were okay with that.
You were okay with that.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, here's the deal. I'd like to think again that this Iran ends up regime change to me is very important, because what I don't want to see is us do all this stuff and then just leave or accept the fact that they're going to stay a radical Islamic theocracy. And what this conflict might then actually serve to do is create an even more radical bunch of nut jobs over there.
Well, here's the people that the fucking Democrats are fucking okay with.
Well, and to show you how radical these people are, you've got this story here about they executed the.
I'm not even going to try to pronounce any of these fucking names, but this 19-year-old wrestler gets publicly hanged.
Yeah, Saleh Mohammed's execution
because he did not agree with the Khamenei family.
Right.
He did not agree with the regime change. Did not like any of it. He voiced out about it, and they fucking hung him in public.
Yeah, yeah. And you have the story.
19 years old.
Yeah, and you have the story of
these people are fucking animals.
Well, he had a public he was a public figure, so
right? He had a following.
Unless he fell in line and did exactly what they say. And this is a guy. I mean, what they're doing to the women over there, and I feel worse for not worse. He's dead. Obviously, he was hung publicly. I mean, it's terrible. But the women's soccer team that a lot of them came out and didn't sing the song or had their little show of protest, and Australia at first didn't give them asylum, and then I don't know if they're going to give them asylum now. I know Trump's offered them asylum, but I do know that a lot of them or at least one or two have changed their position. I saw on Fox, because their families over there in Iran have been threatened and taken into custody. So, man, they're bad people. They're bad people.
Not all of them. It's
no.
It's the ones that are under the regime.
I'm talking the regime. I don't mean Iranian.
Yeah.
I think the Iranian people actually have a lot of promise for greatness. They've been a great Persian Empire Persians should have a lot of pride. They have a great history of creating a lot of very instrumental contributions to the world. And I would love to see, like I said, I'd love to see, it's 3 weeks. I'd love to see the Crown Prince be able to go back into a portion, set up some semblance of a government in a portion, and have a popular uprising. I would love to see, since the Israelis are really good with these drone attacks, I would love to see, like, if there was a public execution, right? And you saw the hangman or the tribunal, or I don't know how they run. I don't know how they roll. I've never really been to one. But
I've never really been to one. I never got.
But
tickets.
let's say that they had a public whatever, and these military guys were up there about to hang these people. I'd love to see a couple of drones go in. Now they do use people as shield. This is a crowded area, but they got these little tiny drones now that can really do some damage. I'd like to see them fly into these guys' heads and blow up and just kill just the people there in front of the crowd, pinpointing in front of the crowd, right? Now that I would like to see.
You like that? How you like that?
Now go out in public. So I don't know where they're doing these public executions, and I don't care. I don't want to see pictures, but and they've been doing this for 45 years? 45 years? When was it? 1979, 46.
Yeah. 46.
So at the end of the day,
1979, a great year.
So at the end of the day, what I'm hopeful to see, and I would gauge as success to me, is a regime change. And I know the chances are pretty low, but I would love to see regime change in Iran and any type of government other than a radical Islamic theocracy in power.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
And let's just pray for that, and pray for those poor people over there, because it's going to be brutal, and we'll see what happens here. And he's got probably, I would say, another, like I said, we talked to him before, I think people's attention span or patience level with this, it's going on 3 weeks. I think he's got maybe another 3 weeks before people are going to say enough is enough.
Right.
Let's finish this. So hopefully we'll make some progress here rapidly.
Yep. We're going to hear from our buddy Kevin here, or Dano, but talking about Kevin real quick.
Hi, everyone. Dan Carroll here. Time to tell you about a great new sponsor for the One More and I'm Out of Here podcast. It's Murphy Engraving. Murphy Engraving is the place to go for your business, industrial, and personal engraving needs. Take a look at the Murphy Engraving page on Facebook, and you're going to see all kinds of unique items that really seem to take on a life of their own, because they've been customized with an image, a name, or a logo, and all of it just really beautifully done. The acrylic sports awards that light up are especially creative and very cool. The customized bottles of bourbon, those are my personal favorite. And wait till you see what they can do with items that are made out of wood. The next time you want to recognize someone special, or you're looking for that one-of-a-kind gift, you'll be glad you checked out Murphy Engraving. And a bonus, you're supporting a local family-owned business run by brothers Brian and Kevin, who is a lifetime firefighter and Air Force vet. At Murphy Engraving, they turn the ordinary into the extraordinary, and at Murphy Engraving, we are American-made.
American made.
American.
Kevin Murphy, we love him.
Yeah, he got some skills too.
Yeah, we got he's very good at what he does.
Yep.
We've got another sponsor coming, or a repeat sponsor coming back, Varner, with Ohio Valley Productions and the Varner Foundation. We will have some stuff put together for him, but we wanted, before we ended this, and we're not sure when we're going again, because I start a new job Monday.
Yeah, congrats on that.
Part-time job.
Are you excited about that?
Fucking petrified, to be honest with you.
Are you really?
I don't know what I don't know, so I don't like walking.
Be like
in.
the first day of school, you're gonna show up with a lunch pail.
I'll have my backpack.
You have the little.
I'll have my lunch packed.
You have the Evil Knievel lunchbox.
Yes,
that's so cool.
Yes,
that is so cool.
But we do need to.
Did you have a lunchbox when you were growing up?
Yeah.
What did you have?
Mine was Superman.
You had a Superman, metal or plastic?
Metal.
Because
metal with the thermos.
So the metal ones were old school. Then they went to plastic, and then they just went to paper bags. Everyone's like, "Oh, screw this."
Then I went from Superman to 18.
I remember the 18.
18 was plastic. Superman was metal.
I can't remember. I honest to
Those
God, I would love
thermoses
to
were
remember
the shit.
the thermoses were the shit. I mean, everyone's like, I don't know what he's talking about. I mean, you had the little lunch box, and it was metal, and it was, everyone had a different theme to it. So people were like, oh, cool. But it would suck because sometimes you'd open it up and so my family, we always ate weird shit at my house, right? So and my mom's like, well, we did not. Yeah, but like on Meatloaf Day, and you shut up with a stinky meatloaf sandwich, you open that box, the whole room would clear out. You're like, oh God. Reminds me of that movie.
This is my shocked face right here.
No, this reminds me of that movie.
Mom, meatloaf.
Yeah, Mom, meatloaf. It's like Uncle Buck when Uncle Buck packs the lunch for that kid.
Or Uncle Buck, yeah.
Uncle Buck. He opens it up. They're like clear. But no, yeah. So yeah, I'd be excited. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, it'll be fun. So we'll have to go with the podcast. We'll have to go a little bit later.
We'll have to roll. Our schedule changed, and Dano's got some busy time today. He can't do it, but hopefully we'll get a schedule worked out next week.
Yes, but and I'll keep you posted on Facebook, Instagram, all the things. But do want to say R.I.P.
Hazard was a good lunchbox. It was metal. Yeah.
R.I.P. to Chuck Norris.
Yeah, Chuck Norris passed away today. If you haven't heard, I'm sure you have.
Fucking legend.
Yeah,
an absolute legend and a prize.
Yeah,
for this country.
Hey, let me.
What's your favorite Chuck Norris movie? I have to ask it.
Oh man.
Or
Jeez.
Show, whatever.
No, I never got into the Texas Ranger. I was never into that because it was always
Texas Ranger.
It was a really predictable storyline. Bad guy, kicked in the head a couple of times, show over. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it was always bad guy, some head kicks, and
That's
then it was
fair.
over. So I was like,
That
okay,
is
that's
fair.
a little too predictable.
I wasn't really big into that one either.
No, I liked some of his old. What was some of the movies that he came out with, like in the 80s? There was
Missing in Action.
Missing in Action was a good one.
That's my go-to right there.
That's a good. I just like.
And I will probably watch that tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, look. From what I heard, it was on the news. They said it was a bit of a surprise, like it came quickly.
I heard.
Sick.
I heard he was in Hawaii. He had a medical
He has
emergency.
he has a house in Hawaii. He lived in Hawaii.
Had a medical emergency, but then the family's super quiet about it.
No, and he is he's a legend. And the Grim Reaper.
Yeah.
There's some funny.
I love the whole Chuck Norris things,
the memes, or
yeah.
the pictures. So I
like
heard
Chuck Norris didn't have a shadow because the shadow was too afraid to follow him.
So I heard on the radio today. I'm just telling you what I heard. I don't know this firsthand. I'm just saying this is what I've heard, and it comes from a good source. They said that when these memes came out, the family was like, his wife was against them, and they're like, "This is terrible. We need to stop this. Don't share this." They were aghast, and his son said, "Mom, these make Dad. Everyone loves these. These are gonna make Dad bigger than ever. So
Yeah.
just let them go."
Yeah.
And so they got cool with it, and they are some funny ones. But I mean, it's the heroes. This is some people's hero, and he was in great shape up until very recently.
He was 86 years old.
Yeah, he was 86. I mean, 1940, I think, right?
And that motherfucker could outrun me all day, every day.
He could still kick your ass.
Yes.
Right now.
Yes.
And he's dead.
He still could do it.
I'm
with you.
Rest in peace, buddy. You
Yeah.
definitely were a legend. I
A local, or not a local, but like a international fucking icon.
Internet. Let me ask you a question. Who do you think would, now this is a real hypothetical here. Everyone's like, because I saw a deal that said, okay, Chuck Norris is now fighting Bruce Lee. I gotta tell you, as much as I love Chuck Norris, I still think Bruce Lee would kick his ass, because Bruce Lee was just unbelievable.
He was a modern medical miracle.
He was just amazing.
Yes, I would go Bruce Lee with that.
I would think Bruce Lee would beat him, but they were in a couple of movies, I think, early movies together.
Oh yeah, they
Chuck
fought.
was real young.
Yep,
they fought.
I'm trying to remember.
It was either Enter the Dragon. I think it was Enter the Dragon.
Enter the Dragon hit my head, but I'm not positive. But yeah.
So anyway, I would say when legends like this, either, I wouldn't call him a movie. He surpassed movie star. He was like just a all around legend.
Yeah, just legend. Legends is perfect.
So we'll see what I wish him well, or his family well, and I hope that he rests in peace.
Fucking Falk. Earth was too easy for Chuck Norris. He moved on.
He moved on.
That's it. Those things.
And he was a good man. Besides the fact he was a good man.
He was a man of faith.
He's a man of faith. principal. He was a good man, and I really we need more good men, and if we do, we really do. And women. I'm not being sexist here. We need good men and good women. It seems like today
Jill made the statement this morning. She goes, 2026 has taken too many from us.
Hey man, let me tell you,
Chuck Norris is dead. I was like, what?
Let me tell you, and this year has been, very eye-opening for me, but no one gets off this ride alive.
Correct.
And you might as well make the most of what you got when you're here. And if you can do it in a way that you're remembered as being a good person, that makes it even better. I mean, people make money. There's a lot of people out there who make money. They think money is the end all be all, and they find out that it's really not. There's a lot more than
just live a good life. That's all you have to do.
Live a good life.
So
513, you have no shot.
We'll figure out what our schedule is next week.
I was just joking.
I'm going live at 8 with James and Candace tonight.
Tell Candace I said, hey.
We'll be simulcasting on this page as well as James.
James, always a pleasure. I got my boudin fixed when I was down in Texas, James.
So tune in at 8 o'clock on this page or the James McGee Show page on YouTube. And we'll see you guys. But I'll get you a schedule out for next week.
Peace.
We appreciate you guys. Love you.
Good luck with your job.